Hi Chitrangda, welcome to Zoom.
Thank you so much.
You had 4 major releases this year, and each one of them has had you in a very different role. What pushes you to accept these roles, find yourself fitting in them, and like gather the audience to watch you and your roles shine?
Yeah, I'll be very honest. I think it's really not up to me. I think for actors, it depends on so many things, and finally, there's destiny. You know that something good gets offered to you. A good filmmaker thinks of working with you and offering you stuff that you've not done before. You know, I think it is just pure luck, destiny, jo bhi kaho. But sometimes it comes together. You know, and I think for me, this year has been that year where it's somehow come together, where such different filmmakers who do, like if there's a Tarun Mansukhani or Hani Trehan or Neeraj Pandey or I mean just such different filmmakers have come to me for, I mean it's that just for me I think is the best thing that's happened in a very long time for me. Yes.
Speaking of Raat Akeli hai, the Bansal murders, Meera's character doesn't have a definite end. There are possibilities of her returning in future also in the next chapter of Raat Akeli hai. Is it happening?
I am not the right, I hope it's happening. I hope Meera Bansal comes back and makes Jatil's life more difficult in some way. I don't know, but you'll have to ask Honey about that. How much love Meera gets, I suppose, yeah.
So as Meera is inclined towards spirituality, a certain section of spirituality, if not currently a lot of people on social media have been calling it brainwashing also, the kind of things that she was relying for her personal benefits also, because she lost her son, she had a troubled marriage, whatever was happening in her family. She found peace in a person who's spiritually inclined, or she took that way. How much does that trajectory or the graph of Meera do you resonate with?
Not so much, honestly. I don't. I think Honey was trying to actually make some amount of social commentary on what's happening in the world, what's happening, how people are so easily getting, like spirituality is getting sold. It's today being sold by a lot of cults, by a lot of so-called, these spiritual gurus. I think he's actually trying to take on that and saying that even the richest sometimes get so absorbed into these kind of cults and they're brainwashed into believing that their sins can be washed off. So they feel less guilty, I think that is what he's trying to say through Meera's character and through Guru Ma's character. And that just how vicious this kind of power can get. So power is not just money or media houses, it also comes through spirituality and religion and the fact that your sins can be washed off. So, which it was so beautiful, and we were talking about that how the richest of the rich and the poorest of the poor are somewhere trying to find hope. And that is what Meera is doing after what happened to her and after what she does. So it's I don't believe in that. I don't think that's what spirituality should mean. Yeah. Okay.
So
sorry, it was a very serious answer to your question.
That's fine. But it was a meaningful one. It does make sense. Also, Meera says one statement or one dialogue in that freedom doesn't come without pain. Freedom is associated with pain. How much can you elaborate your thoughts on this line? Not as Meera, but as Chitrangda.
As Chitrangda. No, that whole thing that she says, that entire dialogue that she gives about what people want today, they prefer pleasure over pain, and freedom doesn't come without pain, is because you have to pay your dues for that freedom, I mean, freedom comes with responsibility. Freedom alone can damage yourself. I mean, you might think, I'm free to do anything, I have the money. You'll only end up damaging yourself. So it does come with pain, it does come with responsibility. And when she also says today's generation only wants pleasure, no pain.
Yeah.
It is such a deep line, because she is also very cynical of what the society has become, Mira's character, where she says all they want is pleasure, they don't want pain, like they don't want to work hard for anything. The minute they get bored of something, they want to move on. The minute something is asking them of some effort, they want to move on. As long as something is continuously stimulating you, exciting you, giving you pleasure, you like it, and then you want to move on. So it's such deep lines actually that Smita has written, and I really like, because it's not कि एक कहानी कही गई है, उसके पीछे एक social commentary है, एक continuous psychological analysis जो जटिल का character कर रहा है. Like उसकी line इतनी is one of the deepest lines, I think, when he says that मैं सच ढूंढ रहा हूँ लेकिन किसको पड़ी है सच की, you know, which he says in the end with Radhika.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, it's such a hard hitting line कि पड़ी किसको है. Like here I am, you know, almost, you know, probably giving up my life maybe, or, you know, trying to fight these powerful people, but who cares? So there's Honey's got this amazing way of saying so much. You know, there are certain filmmakers who do so much more than just tell a story, and I think that's what he's done, which is amazing. Yeah.
If you're okay talking about this, have you faced the brunt of being a celebrity, facing or dealing with powerful people who are standing as an obstacle between you and your growth ever in your career?
It'll always happen. It happens a lot. I mean, this is the industry, you know, there's so much to gain, so much to lose. I think whenever you are in a place where there's a lot to gain, whether it's fame, it is, you know, there is so much to gain when it comes to the industry. There will be those many people standing in between. It's not going to be easy. If you just want to be a school teacher, it'll be easy for you to do that, because it's simpler life. It's simple. Even there'll be competition, you know, forget that. Even there'll be. So I think as the stakes go up, there'll always be people standing in between, and you have to, I don't know, either have the fight in you or have the fate on your side to go through. Yeah.
Would you say fate or fight in your condition, in your case?
Both. You can never rely on one. फिर कुछ नहीं होगा. You have to fight, and you have to, you know, depend on fate and hope like hell that, you know, it works out. Yeah.
Have you developed a thick skin over the years to tackle whatever competition, contemporaries, rumors, social media rumors, and all these things?
I mean, thick skin can only be to some extent. I mean, you do get affected. ऐसा नहीं है that you're some brutal, you know, person जिसको कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता है. So you do question yourself constantly. It does affect you what people say. It does affect you what industry thinks of you sometimes. But having said that, matlab, when it comes to success or failure, it does affect me a lot. But एक वो होता है ना that you find a certain state of, how do you say, a certain peace, you know, in life. Maybe it comes from the fact that I'm a mother and there's a family, or there is a life outside of the industry. I've always felt that that sort of helps me stay quite at peace, I think. And I think I'm very lucky to have that. It changes your perspective on, you know, I suppose going big or not. You know, otherwise the fact that you're not continuously working can really affect you, and it should. But I'm saying it's not like a do or die for me, at least. Yeah. At least it's not like, you know, I'll fall into some depression ki yaar kaam nahi mil raha hai. I'm very fortunate that that's not the case.
Yeah. Absolutely, and you've been having 4 releases a year. That
no,
is
not having. This is the first time it's ever happened.
Yes, and maybe in 2026 also we have multiple releases.
I really hope so. I really hope so.
Speaking of Galwan, Battle of Galwan, it's coming up next year. What can fans expect from it, and how is it different from other war films that are coming out?
See, I don't think I'm in a place to say much about the kind of film. I think the makers should talk about it. Salman should talk about it. But it's definitely it's a different take on the politics of war and what happened. So it does take a stance on that, and I think which will be very interesting to watch. It's also something that I don't think Salman's attempted, this kind of film. So that for his fans and his audiences would be very refreshing to watch. Yeah.
If I'm not wrong, this is your first film with Salman?
Oh, absolutely. It's my first. Yes, absolutely. I never thought I'd be in a film with Salman. So yes, it's my first film. Yes.
If you're okay, comfortable talking about this, people have been speaking a lot about how Salman's coming on, he's all late on set, or he has certain working ethics on sets. Would you like to speak about it if you're okay? That is it true that he comes on set late or whatever ethics he has? He's okay talking about it?
No, I do want to say, because honestly, I had also heard all this about him, and I can vouch for it that there's not been one day that he's been late. I sometimes, like, suppose there was an important scene that we were shooting, emotionally very, very important, very crucial scene for the film, and he was there even though he wasn't in the shot.
Oh.
He was there at 10:30 in the morning, and not just one day. I think there was 3 days in a row that he was there that early. So I think, I don't know. See, I'm not discounting everyone's experiences their own.
Yeah.
I'm only speaking of what I have experienced with him. And he's so invested, and he's all the time constantly thinking, इसको कैसे better कर सकते हैं? How do we improvise? How does this not look staged? अच्छा ऐसा लिखा है, ऐसा करते हैं. He just makes it his own, and I think it's just so wonderful to see him. For me, it was everything was a surprise, because you get told so much, and then you're expecting, अच्छा ऐसा होगा, वैसा होगा, but it just was not like that at all. He was so involved in everybody's performances, and would want to watch कि अच्छा पहले क्या shoot हुआ, and he will sit and watch other people's scenes, which is so. I don't know. I don't buy it when people say he's indifferent to his cinema. I think he's so invested. He's so concerned. Maybe that's a different version I'm seeing. I have no idea, but I have a lot of respect for that man for having so much devotion for his work. Yeah, he only thinks work. That's it. Yeah.
I think this puts all rumors to rest. It's his birthday coming up on 27th.
Oh yes.
Do you have any wish for him? Something special to say? Any message to convey?
What do I wish for him? The man has everything. All I can wish is health. I wish he stays healthy and happy and just as carefree as he is. I think that's the most beautiful thing to watch, that somebody can be so carefree and so happy and content within. I just hope that he remains like that. Yeah.
Absolutely. And this year was something to look out for your fans also.
Yes.
Which this is a tricky one. Between Raat Akeli Hai 2 and Khaki Chapter 2,
Oh wow.
which one, which character do you take back home and it stays with you forever? Maybe more personal to you as Chitrangda and the characters. There is a thin line that connects.
Khaki was a politician. I mean, I don't think I can. It'll have to be Meera Bansal. It's it'll have to be Meera, because I feel she was so vulnerable and she was so strong at times, so independent, but then carrying that deep pain of losing her son, and then realizing that there's more to life than just profits and power. So it's a beautiful character. So yeah.
Off late, we've been seeing big screen films, the theatrical films that are ruling theatres right now, be it Dhurandhar and even
yes.
Houseful 5. You're coming up with Battle of Galwan, another spectacle. As an actor, what do you choose? A big screen spectacle, or a content-driven show film that people can speak about? It can go for maybe an Oscar. What is your personal choice?
Okay, the artist in me would love a Homebound, to get a
Okay.
chance to be part of something like this, where you can carry your work across the world and people get to see it, audiences basically. But as star, I suppose, you know, then you also want the love of the masses and not just critical acclaim. I think you need a bit of both
Yeah.
to last, I suppose. There are very few Salmans and Shah Rukhs in the world, but I think for someone like me, I'd love a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, we've been seeing Akshay Khanna is gaining a lot of limelight again.
Oh, yeah,
And looking at when I checked your filmography, you have not done any film with him, if I'm not wrong. There is. Do you?
I've never met him. I have never
Oh.
met him. He doesn't meet many people anyway, so.
Do you plan any film with him in the
Oh
future?
God, why not? My God, he's such a brilliant actor. He's actually, it's a really good idea. No, I haven't planned. I haven't thought, but now that you're saying, I absolutely would love to, because, my God, yeah, he's very interesting. Yes.
Any memorable film that you've seen this year that inspired you?
That inspired me.
Yes.
I think Dhurandhar inspired me as an actor, as a cinema person. Oh my God, I think it's one of the most amazing films in every department. It's like the most complete film that I have seen in the longest time. Whether screenplay, it is direction, art. My God, you know, the sets, costumes, everything. Like it's like you were smelling Lahore, like you're sitting there, you know, in the middle of that market. It was so good. So yeah, it's Dhurandhar, yes.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Chitrangda. Lovely
Thank
speaking to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.